In the bustling city of Calabar, there lived a young woman named Lena, who had grown up eating from restaurants and street vendors because her parents were too busy to cook at home. As the first child of 3, she learned early how to take care of herself, but never learned how to prepare a proper meal. Her father, a long-distance truck driver, was barely home, and her mother, a full-time trader in the city market, often returned home late at night. For years, Lena survived entirely on bought food. Morning, afternoon, and night, she depended on food vendors. Her younger siblings quickly adopted the same habits, and soon the entire family lived on takeout meals. By the time Lena finished university, cooking was completely foreign to her. After graduation, she was posted to a remote town for her compulsory teaching service. There, she met Rena, another corps member who became her closest friend. Unlike Lena, Rena cooked every day and preferred buying fresh ingredients at the market. She often tried advising Lena, "What stops you from cooking your own food? It's safer and cheaper." But Lena always brushed her off, sometimes even snapping in annoyance. She saw nothing wrong with eating out. It was all she had ever known. Not long after settling into the town, Lena met a wealthy young entrepreneur named Kelechi. He courted her with expensive outings and took her to high-end restaurants. She enjoyed every moment and soon fell deeply in love. One afternoon, Kelechi visited her home unexpectedly. After chatting for a while, he confessed he was very hungry and asked her to cook for him. He even offered to drive her to the market to buy whatever she needed. Lena panicked. She confessed, ashamed, that she had never learned how to cook. Kelechi was shocked. For a moment, he looked at her as though he didn't understand what he had just heard. Without saying much, he left her house abruptly, disappointed. Lena cried, but refused to tell Rena the truth when she returned from work. Instead, she lied that she had misplaced money. Weeks later, a new luxurious restaurant opened near her house home. Its elegant exterior and large crowd caught her attention every day. Curious and excited, she decided to try it. Inside, it looked beautiful. Shiny tiles, neat tables, fancy decor, and yet their meals were surprisingly cheap. She ordered a plate of jollof rice and it was delicious. From that day, she became a regular customer, sometimes calling them for home or office delivery. The staff even memorized her usual meal. But everything changed one afternoon. While eating a plate of fried rice delivered to her workplace, she found a dead cockroach buried under the last scoop of her food. Lena froze in disbelief. She threw the plate away immediately, but foolishly assumed it was just a mistake. 1 week later, she felt terribly ill. She had stomach cramps, fever, and constant vomiting. At the hospital, the doctor informed her that she had ingested a dangerous bacteria common in extremely dirty cooking environments. She was lucky to have arrived in time. Rena cared for her throughout her recovery, but once Lena regained her strength, she went back to her old habits, still eating out, still patronizing the same restaurant. Within 3 weeks, she was hospitalized again, and again she blamed her body, not the food. The third time she fell sick, something changed in her. She decided she would secretly investigate the restaurant. She wanted to know why a place that looked so neat produced food that made her so ill. One Saturday afternoon, she went to the restaurant, ordered her usual plate, and pretended to need the restroom shortly after eating. When she got to the restroom, it was occupied. While waiting, she noticed a swinging door at the end of the hallway. Curiosity pulled her towards it. She peeped through the opening, and what she saw almost made her lose her breath. Behind the spotless dining area was a horrific kitchen. Dirty plates were stacked in towering piles. Raw meats lay exposed on the counters, covered in flies. The floor was stained with old grease and food scraps. Rats ran freely around the cooking pots. The women cooking wore stained aprons and had unkempt hair. The chief cook, a hefty, dark-skinned woman in a sleeveless gown, had brown, decayed teeth with thick patches of hair under her arms. Lena watched in horror as the women scratched her armpits with the same spoon she was using to stir a pot of soup. Her stomach clenched violently. The stench that floated through the door nearly overwhelmed her. She covered her nose and mouth, then ran back to her seat, pretending she had seen nothing. For the first time in her life, she began questioning every restaurant she had ever eaten from. She went home ashamed and finally understood all the warnings Rena had given her. That day, she made a life-changing decision. She would learn to cook properly. Lena cleaned her small kitchen, watched countless online tutorials, and bought cooking utensils and ingredients from the market. When Rena came home that evening, she was shocked to find Lena in the kitchen. Without hesitation, she tied her wrapper and joined her. Their first meal wasn't pretty, but it tasted good, and more importantly, it was clean. From then on, Lena began to cook daily, packing her meals to work. Slowly, she learned different recipes and even started enjoying the process. Her colleagues noticed the change and admired her improvements. Months later, Kelechi returned. He apologized for working out on her and admitted he should have been more supportive instead of judging her. They reconciled and eventually married.